In 1924, there was an American poet who wrote for her sad poem, a poem that captured a complex emotions and to flip the outright hatred to more understanding the beauty that brought both love and equality. Ladies and gentlemen, our class for today is Helen-Trojan. Now, after introducing our poet, it's my turn to introduce myself. Well, first of all, I want to thank Professor Ahmed for giving me the opportunity. My name is Abdullah Hassouni, and I'm current student of English language and literature. This is my third year at the University of Jordan. Now, before we start explaining and exploring the poem, first we have to know the story behind that heart-wrenching verse poem. For our poem Helen, please. Yeah, for our poem Helen, we are going to hear a sad story. So if you can hold your tears, that's a great favor for you guys. What else? Yeah, Helen's poem starts with her beauty, and the first question is, where such a beauty come from? Now, Helen, born with unconventional union between Zeus, the god of the sky in the Greek ancient mythology, that is Zeus, and in form of a swan. So he was a god in form of a swan. He married Linda, the queen of Sparta. And as a result, she became both mortal and divine. So she is like half God and half human. Not half God and half human, but she contained in her blood, in her body, the blood of the God and the blood of the human. Now, in addition, Helen is said to be the most beautiful woman in Greece. Now, until now, everything is okay. Like Helen, born like in form of human, but she contained in her body the blood of the god, and she is beautiful. She is, said to be the most beautiful woman in Greece. So, all you ladies, it's not for me, ladies, imagine that you are the most beautiful woman in Jordan, all women in lines in front of your house, begging your father to marry you, to have time with you, even to talk with you. And you can choose like whatever man you like. Someone who can buy a house for you, cars, makeup, like whatever you like. So I'm just something like, who wants to be Helen or to have the beauty of Helen? Raise your hand if yes. Don't want to be Helen or have the beauty of Helen? Like, come on, guys. See. They think that they are better than Helen.
Actually, all of them think they are Helen.
They are that's the case. Yeah. Okay, anyways, what about men? Would you like to marry someone like Helen? So like a no?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, when was the time for her to get married? All men came from all of Greece, and among all these men, her father chose King Menelaus of Sparta, the youngest brother of King Agamemnon in Mycenae. So, yeah, and guess what? Like when she got a chance, Helen fled from. Wait a second. Yeah, Helen fled from Sparta to Troy, where she married who? Son of Brian, which is Paris, that one. So she went to Troy to marry who? Paris. So actually, this betrayal, they consider as betrayal, began the Trojan War. And the Trojan War unified all these cities to go to Troy to capture or kill them. So they have two aims. Either we capture her and get her back to marry Menelaus, or we go and kill them. So they're aiming to kill or to capture them. And this siege lasts for 10 years. So they siege Troy for 10 years. And yeah, for those who are interested to know the end of the story, they succeed in their plan or their aim, and they capture Helen and get it back to Sparta. And based on my research, they forced her to marry Menelaus. So let's go now to our poem. Now, after explaining the story and the story actually behind the poem, it's very necessarily connected with the poem, because without connected, you will start questioning yourself, like where, when, and how. Because the poem itself actually based and published because of that story. So I want someone to read the first stanza. If you, go ahead.
All Greece hates the still eyes and the white face, the luster as of olives where she stands, and the white hands. Do I continue?
Yeah, no, just the first stanza. Okay, now the first stanza the speaker tells us that the Greeks start to hate Helen and they, hate Helen with her features. He describes the eyes, the white face, even like her skin, her hands. They used to love Helen, as I told you. The first aim and goal for them is actually to marry him, to have time with him, even to talk with him. But now the situation, flipped. They hate Helen, and we will notice in that poem that there's a stage of hate her. We will explore it later, but in the first stage, they hate the features of Helen, how she looks from out. And they, the speaker, describe how they hate her hand, her white hands, and the white hands, and the still eyes, and the white face, the eyes, and so on. So I need someone to read all the second stanza. Okay, good.
All Greece repulsed, the one face when she smiled, hating it deeper still when it grows wan and white, remembering past enchantments and past ills.
Okay, now the second stage here, that the Greeks start to hate the idea that, they not hate, but they feel disgust about Helen being happy. They didn't want Helen to be happy or to think the good memories that they went through. They think that Helen made a big mistake by betraying them. And Helen, now you will spend the rest of your life no happiness. Just you will feel miserable, bad, sad because you did that for us. And they describe that they wish for her unhappiness and dislike the idea of feeling joy in any memories. The first sense of
This is unmoved, God's daughter, born of love, the beauty of cool feet and sweetness, yonder knees. Could love indeed the maid, only if she were laid, white ash amid funeral circuses.
now the final stage, or the third stage, that here the speaker told us that the Greeks used to like Helen, used to love Helen, and every single thing in her face or in body or whatever. But now there's a shift that the stage of hatred that they reach, that didn't give her the excuse that she is God's father, as in the first sentence, God's father born of love. Like even she is born of love, and she is God's father and God's daughter, sorry. And all these features didn't give us the excuse, her the excuse to forgive her and to live with her in a safe way. So these are the three stages. I mean, we can notice that Helen, faced a miserable life right now because she used to be in a certain way. People only could love her, and now she's facing a big problem. That I think maybe even her father will hate her because of the things that she made. So, yeah. Now I think there's a video. Okay, there's a video that talks about the Trojan War and continue the events that happened. You will get a better understanding and know how the story ended or the events that happened. So, yeah, there's actually two videos, both of them less than 1 minute. So it's a very good video.
Oh boy, pretty. I'm gonna give it to the prettiest girl I've seen. Oh no, goddesses, why do you always show up in these stories?
Paris, if you give me that apple.
Well, I heard a goddess stole my wife and gave it to Troy, so we're going to war.
Man, I wish Agamemnon would stop thinking with his
Did
dick.
I mention plundering? Let's launch 1,000 ships. Fire by smash puny Trojan walls.
Denied. Hey, Achilles, you want to help us defeat Hector?
No, I'm good.
Hector kind of killed your best friend. It's all your fault.
Well, darn. This is for killing your enemy during a war, Hector.
You shot me in my one weak point. My metaphorical Achilles heel. That's also literal in this case.
So guys, we should probably give them this horse. Sir, I'm not sure if we should take that horse. It looks pretty much like an obvious trap.
Now, remember what they say. Always trust Greeks bearing gifts. See? Nothing went wrong. Terrible things were so avoidable.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're victorious forever. Let's go home and live happily ever after.
But they all died.
So yeah, another video will give you also better understandings. That one's not funny, so you will get the ideas.
The Trojan War, a legendary conflict from ancient Greece, was fought between the city of Troy and the Greek alliance. It was sparked by the abduction of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, by Paris, a Trojan prince. The war lasted for 10 years and was filled with heroic battles, cunning strategies, and the intervention of gods and goddesses. The Greeks, led by Agamemnon, laid siege to Troy, but the Trojans fiercely defended their city under the leadership of Hector. The war reached its climax with the clever use of the Trojan horse, a giant wooden horse filled with Greek soldiers. The Trojans brought the horse into their city, unaware of the soldiers hidden inside. At night, the Greek soldiers emerged and opened the gates for their comrades, resulting in the fall of Troy. The war became a central theme in Greek mythology and literature, with the epic poem The Iliad recounting its heroic tales.
So yeah, so now let's go to the themes of the poem. And the question that what's important, what the poem actually wants from us. Well, the first theme, I think that's the transformation. That about the idea that, you know, you can't rely on people's love. In certain points, in certain actions, they will, like all the situation will change. They will start to hit you, or have some kind of feeling that you didn't used to be. So Helen, like they used to love Helen, and Helen, used to have that kind of feelings. But now the situation changed. They now hate Helen. So the first theme was the transformation, the shift that happened. The second one is the impact of the choice. Now Helen choose to have that kind of life. She, get her own decision without asking anyone, even her father. And we can notice that even a smallest choice or one choice can change your whole life. So yeah, it's about the impact of choice. Third one is fleeting nature of beauty. Now, here the idea that beauty, it's not always the case. You might get respect from people. You might get, you'll be valuable of your beauty from people. You'll get respect from people because of your beauty. But it's not always the case. Because at a certain point, maybe because of your beauty, they have a certain business or something in their mind to get their advantages and so on. So when it's gonna shift something in your life, they will change and they will throw you out. One more thing. How is this actually related to our course? Now we've been talking about the modernism and the modernism and so on. So here we have two major things. First, the choice of Helen, that she chose to have to let's say to plan or to shape her own life by choosing their own or having their own choice with fled to Troy and live with her husband Paris. And that lead us to the idea that there's a pro in the traditions that she not give up about the traditions and just rely on the traditions that are on her. The second one is the reaction of the Greeks and the cities. They use it in a rational way, in violence way. They not start to talk or have that kind of principles or thoughts that may solve the problem. No, they choose to get all of the cities, unify them, and go to Troy. And they have like the crazy thing that one of the choices is to kill Helen. So rational things. So that they mean to make her continue. And I think we can conclude. I was in class, but do you have any questions?
What do you want them to do with the paper?
Yeah, I always believe that people in general didn't give their opinions with people's face. So I want you to write your opinion. If you want me to prove anything in my presentation, you can write it without your name. It's up to you. If you want to write it, it's okay also. But you can write it. It's 1 minute, so I will do it for 1 minute.
Okay, write it now.
Yeah, 1 minute. Write it. Anything.
You will collect it and then.
But it's not optional to leave it empty, so you have to write something.
And then if the class ends, then you start next time with the application.
Yeah, no problem.